love, peace and love. How y'all doing? How y'all feeling? Let me know down in the chat. I want to know. Tell me how you're doing. If you have not joined the Brady Bunch Hideout on Discord server in our Linktree link, go in there. I'll be dropping little things in there, okay, for you guys. All right, especially with the news that I had received last night. I didn't post about it last night because I was like, I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait. I wanted to post about it last night, but it was just not a good time. I didn't want to do it that late, but that's okay, right? Because I got up early and I told y'all about it. Where first? In the Discord server first. Y'all be tying this thing way too tight. And I'm sweating, guys, because the heat is on. So it's like 80 degrees in here. Hot. Just hot. So I'm trying to keep my train of thought, but it's really hot in here. Let me know how y'all doing, how y'all feeling. All right, so the news that dropped yesterday, right? The news that had dropped yesterday was the released archive files of the Martin Luther King Jr. assassination. Okay, those files were released yesterday, as well as the Jeffrey Epstein emails about Trump knowing about everything Jeffrey Epstein was doing. And I told y'all, we already knew that. And there was like no hiding it, no faking it. Now the proof is in the pudding, right? And I told y'all before, the only way that list gets released is by the grace of God and what God is doing in the background to get that files released. Okay, but I told y'all this, and I told y'all this before. There are some very powerful people on that list with lots and lots of money, who faces and names. Okay, I mean, if you read into the CIA documents, you probably know a few of those names, but if you don't, right, then these are not rich people that are in the public's face. Okay, so they don't want to be known. Their names will be redacted from the list, from the file. Okay, that's how this works. Anything that could be incriminating for the government, anything that can be incriminating for people in high places, their names get redacted from the list. Hi Sash, how you doing? How you feeling? Let me know down in the chat. So today we're gonna do the collective reading, okay? So just vibe with us. We're about to start the collective reading. I was just letting y'all know about the information that was just released yesterday about the MLK Jr. assassination, which, if you're looking for real details on the assassination, it's not a lot, right? They redact all the important information all the time, okay? If you constantly read government archives or you read CIA documents, and I know if you at the start of your spiritual journey, if you anything like me, you did. You went through the CIA documents, you went through different archives in the government, and you looked at those documents that were for important cases, I guess. All right, I'm doing good, thank you. Yeah, so it was a lot going on. I don't know if the comments are coming in late or something, but yeah, there was a lot going on yesterday, right? And especially after the 11/11 portal, it's pretty freaking significant, guys, right? We brought in, on that 11/11 portal, we brought in more light, more love, more justice into this realm, right? And now things are starting to come to light. Now they use the MLK Jr. assassination to distract everybody from the emails from Jeffrey Epstein to the I don't know who those people were, his lawyers, whoever government, I don't know, whoever those people were he was emailing. I gotta look that up. But he was emailing them, telling them all that stuff, and these are emails dating all the way back from like 2011, right? So this has been known before Trump's presidency that he was messing around and hanging out with Jeffrey Epstein. Right, tells you a lot. But the Lord is shining light on all the dark deeds that they have hidden from us. Okay, so there's no reason to be afraid. Just watch it all unfold. You know what I'm saying? Enjoy it. Enjoy it. I have been waiting since 2020 for things to start unfolding like they are right now. Okay, I've been waiting so long for these things to be progressing. All right. How you doing? How you feeling? Let me know down in the chat. I don't know if I missed that. Hi, Maja. I don't know if I'm saying that right. We aren't doing personal questions today, guys. Alrighty. We're just going to do the collective reading. We're going to pray in. I'm just giving y'all the info so y'all could be up on game, okay? But we are about to start the collective reading, so vibe with us. Thank you so much, Maja, for your gift, okay? I am highly appreciative and highly grateful for it. Boom, love bomb. Sending all my love back to you, hon. Okay, let's go ahead and get started with this reading. I'm stalling. I want to just tell you guys about that stuff, though. It was really, really cool to witness. That's why. Because I couldn't find my crystals. I was like, wait. I'm missing something. Not malachite. I'm using Larimar. Alrighty, welcome. At the end of the collective reading, if you would like a personal reading, let me get those cards first. We'll do a yes or no questions at the end of the collective reading. Let me get the cards so I don't have to redo my process. Lord gets a little mad if I don't knock in all the cards once I pray. So I don't have to re-pray in for these cards. I'm just gonna have them out. So when we're done with the collective, we can do personal readings. All right. So for the collective reading, they are free. Just remember to tap the screen, comment to stay in the flow. All right. Share the live. That's how you invest your energy into the reading, so you get more specific details for your journey. All right. I call upon our great divine, our most high, our divine ancestors, and our divine spirit guides to give us the divinely accurate messages that each and every soul needs to hear today. Not what they want to hear, spirit, but what they need to hear. Please allow me to deliver these messages in a divinely eloquent manner that allows for each and every soul to understand and interpret the messages that are needed to be in accordance with your will for their destiny timeline. In Jesus' name we pray, amen, and so it is. Ashe. What's up, spirit? All right. Where did that other one go? Okay. And make sure I have Patricia and Gerald. Alrighty, guys, let's get started with the collective reading. Welcome in. How are the energies treating you guys? Spirit said blessing windfall. You're about to have a windfall of abundance. Oh, so this windfall of abundance coming in is going to shift your perspective on this reality, okay? Spirit is saying embrace this change. I like this. This confirms what I just said, because it says the twists and the turns, expect the unexpected, right? With love, lessons, best ahead, big surprise, right? These are the this is the windfall, the blessings that you're going to be receiving. However, it seems that someone you could have had a connection to is being revoked access, right? Spirit is not allowing them to come in and experience this with you. Are we talking about the musky moon rabbits already, Spirit? Hey, Katja, how you doing? How you feeling? Because as you have this sweet life heading towards you, Oh, the spirit confirmed who then. Yeah. So some karmic energy you was dealing with. That's what this card was about. The karmic energy you was dealing with, karmic familial, karmic eggs, karmic friendships, right? Whatever it is you were dealing with, people who came up against you, try to destiny swap with you, trying to send endings in your reality, right? Whatever it was they were trying to do, they have been revoked access. Some of these people could have been working with a dark being, demon, devil themselves, right? Working with dark dark priestesses, okay, people who participate in dark magic, and they allow that energy to attach to them. That since they're vibrating in such a low vibration, which is just, they did this to themselves. What can we do? What can we do? They did this to themselves, right? Whereas you have this sweet life, this piece of the pie heading towards you swiftly, okay, quickly. Spirit said windfall. So I feel like this is going to be a lot bigger than you're anticipating it to be. Like whatever it is you partake in, this is going to be a lot bigger than you planned or manifested, right? Whatever profession, okay, you're gonna go talk about these entities for a second. Whatever profession that you are currently in, right? If it makes your soul happy, okay? Spirit is saying that's where you're meant to be. That's what you're meant to be doing. And that's what's going, that, and then, all the different areas of your life are going to be getting blessed as well, okay? But definitely, for a lot of you, career is a big thing right now. So these entities thought that they could use you, use your energy, your destiny energy, to build some kind of sweet life for themselves. And Spirit said I popped their bubble. Look at the cards. Spirit said I popped their bubble. Look at the cards, man. I was like, Spirit, really. Spirit said I popped that bubble, that illusion, right? Where now they have to really see themselves in the mirror for who they truly are. This stank energy. Who wanted your destiny. And now they'll never have it. Now they'll never experience all the beautiful things that are coming into your life. Whereas if they would have treated you properly, if they wouldn't have come up against you, it's a real chance they would have. Okay? The Spirit said they was never supposed to. They were never meant to. I remember everybody has their own destiny. Everybody has something that is specifically made for them, right? There's no human here that doesn't have something on this planet that is for them, right? But trying to take others' happy endings, others' destinies, others' life path, right? And then turning around and using it for darkness is just something God is not playing about at this time. It's not happening. It's not happening. And a lot of people in the past have gotten away with destiny swaps and energetic transfers and manifesting endings in other people's lives. For thousands of years, people have been getting away with this stuff. But at this time, with the 5D shift, right, with all this beautiful energy coming in, it's no longer standard. Right? It's no longer acceptable. The collective has shifted its perspective where now we are all collectively aware of destiny swapping. With destiny hopping in the chat, that's confirmation. I don't care. That's confirmation. With destiny hopping in the chat there, literally. All of that used to slide by. It used to slide by, but since we are now aware of destiny swapping and we are aware of the intent that people have on your lives and how if you're not aware of those things or up on your spiritual protection, how they could affect your life, right? And so now God is bringing judgment onto the people who thought they could get away with this. Okay, some lifetimes. Some people have been getting away with this tactic for lifetimes. Instead of learning their own lessons, instead of doing their own personal work and for their journey, for their soul, they just decided to piggyback off of others for lifetimes. Okay, the number 5 is coming up. You could be seeing a lot of 5s in sequences. Okay. So yeah. Definitely. Spirit is making sure that these connections can never come back into your life. Okay, Spirit is making sure that these are severed. Okay, none of these connections can never ever reattach themselves. Okay, you could be feeling detached at this time, like emotionally, where it's like, how do I explain this? Where you're just not feeling interest, like, how do I put this, Spirit? So, like, for some of you, if you're trying to, like, if people are trying to, like, romantically connect to you, Spirit is, like, detaching your energy from it. And, like, basically, you seem, like, interested in, like, the kind of those relationships, right? So when, Spirit, wait. So when whoever these karmic energies are, especially if this is an ex for some of you guys, right? If this is an ex, they could be wanting to come back in here, connect with you, and Spirit has already severed this connection so that even if they were to come back, you wouldn't even view it the same, right? You wouldn't even be sitting there like, oh yeah, I'll take you back. No, you could even got downloads from the Lord. However you receive your downloads, whether that's in a dream, whether you're clairaudient, whether that's through feeling, clairsentient, right, claircognizance, however it is you receive your downloads. Okay, Spirit has already told you that you can't go back, right? There's no going back. This is like a pillar of salt moment. If you guys know in the Bible when they tell her not to look back, forgetting the story. Whose wife was that? Was that Job's wife? No. It was another guy's wife. Was it Moses? I'm gonna tell y'all later. When I'm gonna look and find it. I'll have to find it because I'm like thinking, and I'm like, it's no. Job's wife told him to curse the Lord, and just perish, right? And he was like, "Be gone, demon." So, no, I think it might be Moses, to be honest with you. But somebody's wife was told by the Lord not to look back. Like, he told all of them not to look back at the city that he was destroying, with the, destroying angels and everything like that. So that was happening. And I guess the wife decided she was going to look back. She was just going to, disobey the Lord real quick and turn her head to the back and see what was going on. And that's when she was turned into a pillar of salt. So this is like that. Where if you go back to this ex, this karmic ex, this karmic relationship, could have been a situationship, right? If you go back to this, Spirit is saying ain't no coming back. And if you go back, you can't come back from it, right? Like, you would technically be forfeiting your destiny. And because y'all know already, once you get to a certain part in your journey, the Lord shouldn't have to ask you things more than once, right? Or shouldn't have to tell you something that's serious more than once, okay? Because whatever happens will then be self-inflicted pain, Oh. Why are you so obsessed with me? Okay, okay, because these people like, you know, like when a vampire be sucking on people's blood, right? And then, okay, wait, actually, Spirit just channeled me the movie. You know Twilight, okay? If you don't know Twilight, I grew up on Twilight, so I don't know about y'all, but Twilight was my favorite movie as a kid. Not my all-time favorite movie, but it was one of my favorite movies. And in Twilight, when Bella, I'm sorry if this is a spoiler. I mean, the movie is pretty old. You know what I'm saying? I'm just have to give you the spoiler because I got the tea with it. Okay, so listen. So when Bella got hurt by the bad vampire, okay, this was like one of these vampires who was like, I'm gonna drink human blood regardless of what anybody says. I don't care if I'm out here in the streets getting caught drinking blood. You know what I'm saying? He was one of those vampires, you know. And so, you know, I guess Bella thought she was smart. Bella thought she was smart a lot of times in those movies. And she was like, yeah, I'm gonna go up against and I'm gonna meet this blood-sucking demon. Yeah, it's gonna be great. He's not gonna mess with nobody else. My fragile human body is gonna be able to take on whatever bro throws at me. And so yeah, she gets there, leg broken, you know what I'm saying, throw into some glass and stuff like that, you know what I'm saying. It was very self-inflicted pain, because if she had told Edward and them what was going on, you know what I'm saying, they would have handled him. Okay, they would have handled him, and they did handle him, but that's besides the point. The point, y'all know how I get when I tell stories. The point is, when she was getting beat up, before they got there, she was getting beat up, thrown across the room, you know what I'm saying? He got to her. He sees her bleeding. He bites her, right? And then that's when Edward comes in and do his little thing, you know what I'm saying? So, they fighting and everything. Alice is there, they fighting. So the only way to stop Bella from turning into a vampire with now all the venom in her system, right, was to suck the blood out of her arm, right? But Edward's problem is he didn't know when to stop. He was like, okay, we don't need to also go into Vampire Diaries, Lord. Okay, so he could not stop, right? He was literally addicted to blood so bad that he almost I can't say the word on TikTok, but he did almost end up taking Bella's life. You know what I'm saying? Just from sucking her blood too much. Okay, even though he that wasn't his intent and he didn't really want to, but still, because he was so addicted to her blood, there was not much he can do. He basically had that willpower was strong. But yeah, that's what Spirit is trying to say. That's your energy. The blood is your energy, right? And whoever this person is, it has a bad habit of being addicted to people's energies and not knowing when to let go, right? And trying to suck the life dry out of people's energy, right? So they do this. This could be a narcissist too. And Spirit said, "Which you never seen Twilight? It's a good movie." You know what I'm saying? Create more than you consume, but it's a good movie. For its time, anyway. For early 2000s, it was a good movie, okay? Okay. But yeah, so these people, yeah, how they're... I feel like Spirit just wants you to know that this person was an energy vampire. They were addicted to your energy like a vampire to blood. Okay. Alrighty. And then we could say they're like if anybody's seen Vampire Diaries, I'm not trying to spoil Vampire Diaries either, but it's important for the reading. Stefan, he's a vampire, right? But he can't drink. He drinks animal blood for one reason only. When he drinks human blood, bro becomes the Grim Reaper. And that's some serious stuff in that show, because it's hard to stop. And the vampires in that show have the ability to turn off their humanity, which turns off their empathetic emotions towards humanity, right? So they no longer have emotions. So when they're on their their spree, okay, they don't feel anything. Okay, it's like a true monster in the making. But like this person is like that. They get a little taste of divine energy, and get too much dip on their chip type of thing. So it's like that. That's the best way I can explain it, guys. But if you haven't seen the movie, you're protected from this. Spirit just wants you to know, and realize this. So for some of y'all might not realize how divine your energy is, or like how pure your energy truly is, right? And how bright your light shines. And Spirit's wanting you to realize that you are that divine light child, okay? And you're protected from anyone trying to use, abuse, or misuse your gifts, your light in any way, shape, or form. Okay? Anything else with this deck? Oh, look at that confirmation. Oh, what I just say. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, signed, sealed, and delivered. You coming into some money. Some of y'all are coming into some money, some nice money too. Not that I gotta live paycheck to paycheck money. No, your wildest dream kind of money. Okay, and even still, your wildest dream is not on par with what the Lord is going to really pop out with. Okay, because what you could imagine and what the Lord can imagine, not the same thing. You know what I'm saying? You might think $1 million is enough to go about your whole life, and the Lord's gonna be like, actually, let's make it 10. You know what I'm saying? Like the Lord, yeah. With the end of the rainbow, isn't the pot of gold found at the end of the rainbow? The Lord said something very specific to me when I was with my karmic ex, right? The one I told y'all was a warlord, okay? And doing voodoo and everything like that, practicing dark magic, right? The Lord told me not to leave until the journey truly began. And I was like, Lord, what does that even mean? What are you talking about? And it's like the Lord purposely wanted me to go through the turmoils. I mean, hopping from motel to motel, living in a car, living in a trap house, living at a crazy baby mama's house, going back and forth, back and forth through everything. There was really no stability. You know what I'm saying? Job to job to job. Okay, work 2 jobs. You know what I'm saying? Doing things that, I'm not gonna mention on the internet right now because statutes of limitations. So like, I was, and people are like, I would clarify it as the street life. Yes, I will, was living that life. And I was confused and perplexed by that until like the other day when Spirit was like, oh, I did that on purpose because you saw the dreams of where they was plotting on you and how they like whatever it was in the dream. This is like literally a month or 2 after I met my ex. I had a dream about him talking to his family and they were all telling him to leave me, and he was like, what are you guys talking about? And they were like, you need to leave her, right? And then in another dream a few months later, he left, right, with some bogus reason and took all the stuff. So basically I was left on the side of the road with nothing. You know what I'm saying? And that were the dreams. And then the Lord had said that, and I was like, well, I guess things are going to get better. They did not get better. They didn't get better at all, I thought things were gonna get better. I was like, maybe everybody starts out rocky, and then we build from the ground up, type of pull yourself out from the bootstrap story, but no, that wasn't what it was for. It wasn't for that, you know what I'm saying? It was definitely because they were plotting, and the Lord was like, since they scheming, I'm a scheme too. I just need you to stay put for a while. And I stayed put. And when I realized, I was like, dang. So I knew from the beginning how it was always going to end. that realization be hitting. Y'all, there's no way I'm just seeing this pot of gold at the end of the rainbow on the card. Yeah, spirit wasn't playing. You know what I'm saying? Because it taught me a lot with my spiritual discernment, with my intuition, right? Which is very important for where I'm at in my journey right now. Giving you guys the guidance, sharing the messages that the Lord has for you, right? For you to be in your destiny timeline. Okay. Before that whole experience, right? I wasn't as, what's the word? I wasn't as confident in my intuition as I am today. Okay, so back in 2020, and even 2021, right? When I started, like around when I started tarot and stuff. No, like, right, like I knew I had the gift for it, but it just, the skills wasn't there yet. So that whole experience led me to where I'm at today, where I'm building, our Soul Tribe family. We're building our content regime so that we have all this spiritual knowledge always going to be on the internet forever, for even generations after us to be able to witness the things that we were doing in today's time, right? So you could have had a similar experience to this, okay? Not the exact same experience, okay? Not everybody has to go up against a warlock trying to plot your demise, but okay, it doesn't mean that there aren't people who have tried to defame you or talk bad about your character and your name, or try to obscure the narrative about what kind of person you are, or what it is you do for a living, for your life, right? So, or, you know, I'm saying, like, people have come up against people in all different types of way and form, and you really have to recognize it when it's in front of you, okay? I didn't even, like, I just wanted to, I know I'd be going on my tangents, but I just wanted to let y'all know that, okay? Because really, with this end of the rainbow, you've always known you weren't meant for mediocrity, right? You weren't meant to be living in poverty, living in survival, right? You've always known this with this butterfly and this sun card, right? Sun, opportunity, butterfly, transformation, okay? End of the rainbow, words signifying that one cycle is ended and a new one is beginning, okay? One where you will not have to live paycheck to paycheck, right? One where you will not have to worry or look behind your back in paranoia of how people are coming up against you, right? One where you'll be able to protect your peace and live in Dharma, okay? That is the life that the Lord is now transitioning you into, okay? And these people watching, they watching. So when this does come, I've been trying to tell y'all, when this does come, as long as you can, okay? Not everybody needs to know. It's like winning the lottery. And if you do win the lottery, you already know how you're supposed to move with that, okay? It's not supposed to be shiesty or nothing like that. But you already know that until you cash it in, you're not supposed to say a word. Okay, if you don't know that, then you need to go watch the lottery ticket movie, okay? So you understand how serious this gets when it comes to the lottery, because people do end lives over the lottery. So please be careful. If you are going to, if that's how the Lord brings in your blessings, is through the lottery ticket, right? I just want you to be safe, all right? Do not tell anybody, okay? Not even your family, all right? Nobody needs to know except for you and the person you cashing it into. Okay, that's all who needs to know. All right, and when you do get it, if you want to tell the people that are really close to you or who are in the need to know kind of situation, then you can tell them, right? But you don't need to get out here and start flexing. You know what I'm saying? Don't act like no thousandaire. Okay, don't do that. Okay, you know how these thousandaires be flexing their money, getting on the gram, okay, showing they got gold change, gold teeth, you know what I'm saying, iced out watch. Don't do any of that. You don't need to do any of that. You keep presenting yourself in the light that you always want to be seen in, not in anything else, right? But these people, they watching. They watching to see if they can influence or manipulate the outcome of your blessings, right? They are watching. Don't be afraid that they're watching. The Spirit wants them to watch. That's real. That's the key here. Spirit wants them to watch, because them investigating, them keep trying to manipulate the situation, it just keeps adding to their karma. Okay, the karmic debt they have to repay, it keeps adding to it and adding to it. The Lord has got these people in a stalemate, that every move they come up against you, right, every move they make to come up against you is being clocked. It's being clocked. Okay, they make a move, Spirit is like, clock it. Yeah. No. Go ahead and add that to their time, to their sentence. They have to be out here doing, going through more endings. Some of them are being made to go through similar things and like experiences that you had to go through to get you where you are today. Okay, they're going through your dark night of soul. Some of these people that came up against you, they are going up against your dark night of soul. And if you already know how traumatizing, how crazy, okay, how chaotic the dark night of soul was for you, then you already know how these individuals are handling it. Okay, they're not handling it well. Whereas you handle this with breeze. Easy, breezy. Like, who? Touch who? What? Do what? No one can hear you. Right? They could be pleading with the Lord too. That's that. I'm sorry. And the Lord's like, you sorry, but you're not really acting like it. You know what I'm saying? Like, because sorry, being remorseful and being repentful are two separate things, guys. We got to remember that. Someone can hold remorse. They could be truly sorry for what they did. That don't mean they're going to stop. You know what I'm saying? When they say repent sin, they mean stop doing sin. It doesn't mean be remorseful, be sorry, apologize, and then go do it again tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? That's the difference between those two words. So these people, they could be remorseful, and it's not for the right reasons. You know what I'm saying? It's definitely not for the right reasons. Okay? They're remorseful because they were this snake in the grass, and now they're... Yeah, and now they can't be with, they can't receive their flowers how you're going to be receiving yours. Okay, you're going to be receiving your flowers. These people, they're really just upset and remorseful that they couldn't be with you while you're gaining all of this abundance. It's crazy, because whoever these people were, with the Lord on your side, all aces, you are winning chicken dinner. Okay, period. We're done. Okay, so literally, like, you are winning. You have, Spirit said, you had the actual, okay, I can't say that word though, Spirit, because that's why I keep stopping, because I'm like, wait a second. You had a really bad hand. Okay, like your hand was terrible. Okay, I mean, people, your hand was terrible, but your poker face was amazing. Okay, because when you switched to play, everybody was like, oh no, I don't think they got good cards. I don't know. Look at the cards they putting down. I don't think they got good cards. I don't think they got a good set. You know what I'm saying? Right? Hoping that you didn't know how to play the game. Hoping that you didn't have no guidance or no whispers in your ear from the good Lord telling you how to play. Okay. But the Lord don't play fair. I don't know why y'all did it. The Lord will, when it comes to the Lord's baby, the Lord will cheat. Okay? For the sake of the light, for the sake of the good. Alright, you're like, well, yeah, because if they partaked in darkness, then by divine right, that's justice has to be ensued. So it's not really cheating. Right? But it is like I'm gonna tell them. I'm gonna switch up the rules of the game here. We're gonna start playing chess instead of checkers with them, okay? Because apparently God put that hand in and it was like, okay, look, watch this, pocus pocus. Now she got all aces. look. Here was like, see, they thought that was a bad hand, but they must not know that I turned water into wine. Like, they be like, what? They must not know the good Lord turns water into wine. That's what your bad hand was. The Lord took it and turned it into some wine, into some blessings. Something that was planned by these individuals to take you out was turned into making you a worldwide sensation. That's specifically for some of y'all, okay? Especially if you put yourself out there a lot. Yeah. Because you stayed grounded. Two grounded cards coming out. You stayed grounded. Even through all the chaos, you still seeked guidance from the Lord. Okay? And even coming on here, right, and getting the collective reading is still seeking guidance from the Lord. Alright? So whenever you feel like you gotta seek guidance or wisdom from the Lord, however way you do it, the Lord is always going to bring those messages that are needed to hear for you. And you didn't allow any of these people to corrupt your mind. How you viewed yourself, how you viewed your relationship with God, how you viewed reality, none of that. All their hatred, greed, and delusion. And they were two-faced. This card actually, like, I have that other card with the literal lower vibrational entity squizzles on it. But somehow this card freaks me out more. Can I be honest? Like, I have that card. Demons don't scare me though. But two-faced women do. Like, I literally have this card. This card is like, I'm like, it's not that scary. I see this card and I'm like, I'm like, oh God, what is that? But that's how some of these people looking, drained because they don't got your energy to suck off. They can't drain your energy, therefore they're looking like the demon they truly are. Okay, whatever lower entity that's attached to them sucking their energy dry, right, is showing. They got bags under their eyes, you know what I'm saying? Their appearance could be changing. All right, so see, some of y'all could be literally witnessing this like firsthand. And if you're not, because these people are like blocked or like you're in a different state, different country kind of thing, right? These people are going through physical shifts in their appearance where it is very obvious that something dark is going on. Because you go from looking like that to that, baby. No. No. While you glowing, they looking drained. Like, ain't got no soul life energy. That your energy that's connected to the divine, because you have a soul in your being, they're not getting that energy to make themselves look or mask themselves as human in a sense. Crazy. Very crazy. And their choices have consequences. I know y'all heard that. If you were indoctrinated into the school system, There was always that sign above the wall that said, make good choices because your choices have consequences. Now, if you went to a public school, I went to a charter school most of my life, and then I went to a public school for the last 2 years of high school. So in my charter school, it was everywhere. Make good choices. And why? Because the Lord's going to balance the scales. Okay, you don't make good choices, your choices sign your own death certificate. Okay, your choices could sign your own dharma. You know what I'm saying? Spirit is saying the choices that you made to be this person made to be cutthroat, to be ruthless, to take any measure necessary to win. I mean, come up against God, universe to win. Okay, the Lord is balancing it. Karma is in pursuit of this person, and this person about to get whacked. Yeah. Yeah. They made those choices, when you dig your grave, you gotta lay in it. Okay? You can't expect for other people to try to save you from the choices you made. Okay? Choices do have consequences, right? Let's go to the card deck. We are moving on to the tarot deck. Oh, welcome in. I remember, guys, at the end of the collective reading, you can get a yes or no question answered if you send one of the little hearts gift, not the heart puffs or the heart me, but the hearts. It's just called hearts. 199 coins. $1 if you want to send it to the Cash App. Everything is appreciated, and I am highly grateful for it all. So let's get into the tarot card. Let's see what the Lord has to say through the tarot cards. That was our oracle deck. We got into some juicy details. I just saw the moon. Oh, they have been defeated. Finish him is what Spirit just said. No, with the moon at the bottom of the deck, Spirit is finishing these moon musky rabbits. Look at this, they howl at the moons, thinking that these dark entities are gonna help them get through this. Right, as they watch you become this abundant being, getting everything you could have. Oh. So. Let me just say it. They immaturely came up against you, right? How their feelings of you, how they perceived you. Okay, the whole finish them thing, right? They're watching you get these blessings. Okay, this 9 of Pentacles, this wish fulfillment, this happy ever ending status. While for their immature decisions and how they moved off their emotions, right? It's bringing them this ending. Where the Lord is giving them everything that belonged to them to you. Okay? The Lord is balancing out the scales. Okay, with the 6 of Pentacles. You are going to be receiving even more than what you have planned or manifested for. Okay? The Lord, seriously, what I say, you probably like, I want to manifest $1 million, you know what I'm saying? That's enough to make me financially free, do what I gotta do. The Lord is saying, nah, I gotta sprinkle a little extra something in there for you because of what you went through. With the Emperor at the split of the deck. What I say, for what you had to go through, for how these energies tried to leave you out in the cold. Oh my goodness, man, I can't even. Judgment! You are receiving justice while they are receiving judgment. It is judgment day for these people. Their time to meet the Lord is coming up soon. The Lord said they don't even have to wait to come. I'll meet them there. Okay, Spirit, you're going a little too crazy. And their judgment is this. Like I said, it's their judgment. As you sit pretty, look at the comparison. Like, they are literally sitting here feeling all down and out, feeling bad, feeling remorseful. Remorseful is not repentful. Remember that. Meaning that just because they came up against you once and they're remorseful because they see how the Lord is blessing you and sending endings in their life, doesn't mean that if you were to go back to the situation, they wouldn't do it again. Okay, I want you to understand, you're sitting pretty in your queen king energy. You're sitting pretty while this other energy is sitting over here crawling up in a ball. Sleepless nights, insomnia. Bro, sis is stressing out. Okay, stress, Knight of Swords. That's the mental state. Swords declares the mental state, and their mental state is not good. Okay, the Lord is up in there. Could even have your ancestors dancing around them, making jokes, you know what I'm saying? More like beating they behind, but the ancestors are still there, clowning them at this point, because they're like, oh yeah, you came up against our baby? We're gonna settle this right now, since you thought you was that. And all that in a bag of chips with the high priestess at the end of the deck, right? You already knowing how these energies what is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. With the 8 of Cups, right? With the change in the frequency of the energy of their unstable efforts, how they moved against you. Right, you could even be feeling that these people are like trying to call out to your energy. I don't know if not everybody, but you could be having dreams. Like, if you are a person who has dreams, you have prophetic dreams, right? Your dreams tell you things about other people's subconscious. Tell your ancestors and spirit guides be snitching in the dreams on people. You know what I'm saying? If you have those kind of dreams, not just dreams where you're battling your own psyche, but the dreams where you're getting divine encoded messages, right? You could have seen these people in your dream recently, or in like the last year to 2 years, okay? Depending on how obsessed these energies are, which I'm getting they pretty obsessed. So if you have dreams and you've seen them in your dreams a couple times, the Lord is saying, don't even worry about it, because I'm sending endings, okay? Endings are happening right now. The Lord said, finish him, like it was Mortal Kombat or something. Okay. Right. As you're moving into these new beginnings, they couldn't keep you trapped from this. They couldn't get you to forfeit this, and they couldn't bring any endings to fruition in your life. Even if they tried, they just could not. The Spirit said it, and they did try. Oh, they did try. I mean, when the police didn't work, the PI didn't work, that's when extra measures like dark magic go into dark priestesses and dark priests, okay, animal sacrifices. That's when all that stuff started to come out to play, right? And I already told y'all since, I was telling y'all this basically since last year. And when I first started this channel, I was like, do not participate in any darkness or wickedness at this time. Just don't do it. All right, the Lord is writing names down. I've been telling y'all that for this last year, okay, going on 2 years. The Lord is writing names down. God is clocking every move that every human is making right now, okay? And karma is being paid back times 10, all right? If you've been seeing people get instant karma a lot more frequently, because yeah, God's not playing. God's not playing right now. Okay? You gotta be aware of that. But yeah. This is what we was talking about. I don't even know if we need another card, Spirit, because I feel like this is what we was talking about at the beginning of the reading. When I said y'all moving this windfall of blessings, Okay? Because you won. The Lord is moving you away from any karmic situation, any karmic place, thing, person. Okay, the Lord is moving you away from that. Okay, with the birds. Okay, with communication coming in here about this victory. Okay, so you're going to be seeing this very soon. Okay, you're going to be witnessing this and experiencing this very soon. Okay, this is your victory for everything you have endured while alive on this planet. And even in some of your past lives, some of you have endured it for not just one lifetime, but for multiple. It was all so that this lifetime you can experience your heavenly ever after. Anything else? I just said that though. And I told you they was using magic. We just talked about this though, Spirit. We literally just talked about all this stuff. Right? People who came up against you using magic, right? They contemplated your downfall, how they were going to come up against you with the strife. We already said all this though. I already talked about this. No, I don't want to talk about it again. So we are going... if you got something you want to tell the collective. Okay, Spirit said, nah, honestly, you said everything. So, yeah. With the Hermit, definitely make sure you guys, when this comes charging into your reality with the Ten of Pentacles. Okay, Spirit, I see you. With the Ten of Pentacles, when this justice comes rushing into your life, you are going to be guided to take a hermit mode. Okay, you're going to be guided. That's why I said be hush hush. Take care of yourself. Go to those doctor appointments. You know what I'm saying? Go take care of yourself. You know, if you haven't done your hair, nails, you haven't taken real care of your vessel in a while, okay, go and invest in that. I'm not saying go stupid crazy. I'm saying, you know, make sure you're investing in your vessel and the longevity of your vessel, okay? Because this wealth is coming in fast. It's coming in fast, baby. It's all justice. It's all meant for you. It's coming in fast. Ain't nothing gonna be like the past. With this Six of Cups here, nothing is going to be like the past, okay? Alright, you are moving on to bigger and better with this windfall of abundance coming straight into your life. I really don't think you're expecting it to be as big as the Lord is planning it to be. You know what I'm saying? But be open, be receptive, okay? Allow things to unfold naturally. Don't worry about the outcome because you already know the ending at the beginning. Okay, you already know. All right, just like the Lord told me the ending. That's why I brought up that story about my ex. Already told me the ending at the beginning, so I always knew how it was going to end. Right? And you're like, oh, you always knew the ending at the beginning, so I always knew how it was going to end. Right? And you're like, oh, you always knew how. And shifting, quantum shifting, right? The only reason it did not end the way that they wanted it to end was because the Lord was always on my side, right? The Lord was telling me about it at the beginning. When the relationship first started, the Lord was already telling me how they were scheming against me. Okay, so I knew the end at the beginning. You already know what the end results are for your destiny. Okay, you already know you're getting this dharma, this peace, this happily, heavenly ever after. You already know you're going to be able to live your best life in this moment and forward. Okay, so allow it to unfold naturally. Don't try to control it, right? Don't try to estrange it or try to push it forward, right? Allow it to just flow naturally like energy does, okay? Alrighty, so that is the messages that the Lord has for us today. Okay, so I really hope you guys take those messages and you grow, learn, and evolve along your journey for your destiny timeline. Alrighty, if you're not going to be staying here to receive a yes or no question answered, I hope you have a blessed day. Okay, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Remember, we are doing the longer live on YouTube, so it's going to be pretty short live tomorrow on TikTok. Probably just going to do some personal readings. Okay, tomorrow on YouTube we'll probably do a longer collective reading, so I'll let y'all know. Okay, all right. So if anybody would like a yes or no question answered, I'm going to give it 15 more minutes and then we're going to get off the live, okay? So let me know down in the chat. And y'all know I tell my story, so not that I expect everyone to relate with my specific experience, but I know there's people out there who have similar experiences, you know? People out there who have faced certain trauma, right? That no one ever expected them to come back from, okay? So that's why I let y'all know. Oh, did it go away? Oh, I didn't put it in. Alrighty, to get a yes or no question, and look at that. That's the northern lights over a clear sky. The stars are aligned. Alright, so you do have to send one of those hearts gift to get a yes or no question, guys. Alright, that's the standard. That's how we always do it. Okay, I just forgot to put it up on there so that you guys can see it easier. But that is how we do the yes or no questions, okay? There's reasons to it, respect of our time and our energy, your consent, as well as an equal transfer of energy, okay? So you do have to send one of those for the yes or no questions. Remember, at 6, I will be getting off, okay? But yeah, you know, like, I like literally did not realize that until a few days ago. You know what I'm saying? Like, I haven't been in that relationship, more of a situationship, but I haven't been in it for like, what was last year? 2024. Yeah, so last year in May is when I left. Okay, yeah, last year in May I left him. You know what I'm saying? Left him where he was at. I was not playing those kind of games. You know what I'm saying? And it's just crazy. The Lord was like, oh yeah, I just wanted you to stay there so I can you know, do what I gotta do for karma and everything like that, as well as I can bless you further with the karma they racked up towards you. So it was like, whole time God was plotting on them. And you know what I'm saying? I feel bad, only in the sense that I let the Lord use me. And the Lord said, you're not going to regret it. Okay. So, you know, that's the only reason is like, yeah, you know, the Lord used me to take you guys out. But I'd rather be used by the Lord than used by some demonic beings. So, oh well. You know, you guys really thought, you guys planned. It was crazy, you know what I'm saying? It was really elaborate, honestly. You know, like, trust me, like, guys, and this is why, like, my future husband just needs to understand that there's no getting anything past me. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're not even gonna try any of the slick stuff, because best believe if my dreams confirm it, I'm gonna be like, so we just think I'm stupid or something. Like, Because what? No, we're not playing that no more. I trust my dreams, okay? I know that if the Lord shows it to me, it's important, especially if I can remember it. Now, if I can't remember it, like, I don't know, guys. I don't know. There might be, I don't think I've met this energy in person, so I can't really even say who this is. But there was some energy. It was, some big girl. I guess she was causing problems, and it was like, I wasn't even me. I was actually like a guy, and I don't even know who that guy is either. And it was like, I'm point of view, so basically is my point of view, and like I'm experiencing this, and I'm like, what? And when I like realize I'm in a dream, because I'm like, yo, wait, once I just saw myself, I'm like, that's not me. That's not the vessel I procured this lifetime. Hello. So yeah, I was mainly confused, but of course, altercations in dreams are altercations in dreams. However, I've never lost in a dream. Still to this day, no one's been able to kick my behind in my dream. It's not gonna happen. And the crazy part, that just made me remember another dream. Y'all, if you like a yes or no question answered, please let me know down in the chat. Don't just ask your question. Please, you have to partake in the energy exchange. Okay? So, yeah, what did I say though? Nah, because I'm thinking about somebody from high school that said they wanted to push me down the stairs in middle school. Right? The whole time I had a dream about them, and I kicked their behind too in my dream. I'm just realizing that was them in the dream. Because people can obscure their face or their energy in a dream. It's really weird, okay? Because I think I've told y'all this, where the 50-year-old lady looked like she was 20 in the dream, right? Like she was young, okay? Right? So people can obscure their energy in dreams and make themselves look a little different than what they actually look like in reality. So, it's interesting. Keep watch of that. If you have dreams, just keep watching that kind of stuff. Because you might know the person, but because their energy is obscured in the dream, and they might not look exactly the same as they do in the physical realm. Okay? But your dreams ain't just showing you things for no reason. Okay? Never ever is a dream showing you things for no reason. It could be something going on with your psyche, or it's God trying to warn you about things. Okay? So always pay attention to your dreams. Okay? Because even your psyche trying to tell you things, alright, that you need to work on. Okay? Your subconscious is like, hello, hi, can we work on this, please? And then if you're get scared, your subconscious is gonna be like, my fault. I won't do that again. You might not be dreaming, you know what I'm saying? But you gotta go through that. You gotta allow your psyche to talk to you through your dreams. If you don't, you know what I'm saying, it doesn't allow the divine to talk to you either, you know what I'm saying? Because once you get afraid of your own psyche and the things that are showing through you from your subconscious to you, you know what I'm saying, things you need to work on in the physical realm, whether that be fears or anything like that, right? The divine is going to have a harder time communicating if you block your subconscious off. Right, I told y'all, your subconscious is very important. Your right side of your brain is very important to make contact with the divine. Okay, you're right. This is science, the brain. Yes, it all has to do with spirituality, guys. Yes, 100%. Yes. Okay. And I already told y'all, it's my life's work to prove it. And it's not really prove it. It's more confirm it. Because I already know. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's more so to confirm what I already know. Because I don't need it to be proven. I just need it to be confirmed. Right? Because I'm like, I want to talk about this. But so many people are like, well, they haven't proved it. And I'm like, well, since you guys need something to be proved to you, right? I'm doing it to confirm what the Lord has already told me. But because humanity, needs things to be proved to them, so, we're just going to do that. You know what I'm saying? But it is genuinely to confirm what I've already know with the Lord, in the physical sense, okay? Because, you know, there is a spiritual explanation for everything, and there is a physical explanation for everything, okay? So, when we figure out the physical explanation for the brain, and how it's connected to the divine, y'all be the first to know, okay? That's why I'm going to school to become a doctor. That's why I'm doing all that. I'm not doing it to conform to matrix society ideals. I don't care about anything. It's literally just so I can have a license, guys. That's it. So I can continue my work with a license. That's it. Because, you know, you got to work within the realms of how the world works. You know what I'm saying? With how the physical realm works and everything. Sometimes you got to work within those balances. You know what I'm saying? So everything pans out right. Okay. Yes, the Lord can do the supernatural, but sometimes things do have to be within the barriers that humans have set for themselves. Yeah, I mean, we are the reason we are limited. Right. So once we move away from that, once we start getting into and you know, science is still pretty, I wouldn't say it's new. I would say that it is still very at the beginning of its stage, okay? And you know what I'm saying? Like, it's not, it's nowhere near being finished. You know what I'm saying? Ooh, yes, I did get a download about the ozone layer and how it relates to the ferment layer, right? Yeah. We got a download on that because, you know, we know that the ferment layer exists, right? But we also know that the ozone layer exists. You picking up what I'm putting down? Because remember, air pollution is what's tearing a hole in our ozone layer, allowing for more divine light codes from the sun to be in the gamma rays that, you know, enhance DNA, can cause mutation in DNA. We're going to get very scientific about it. But also enhances DNA, also enlightens DNA, also bring divine light codes to our crown chakra receivers, okay? But then you have to remember that they're blocking the sun with fake clouds. HARP has weather machines. So what if they did it? I mean, this is a download. We and Spirit were like, they wanted to get into space, so they destroyed the ozone layer. But then they realized that the ozone layer was allowing too many light codes and too many awakenings to happen. So now they're trying to block out the sun. I just wanted to let y'all know that. Okay. I was talking to someone else, and they had a very similar download. It was on, it was about the Galactic Federation, however, but it was a very similar download about the ferment level, the ferment layer, which is the ozone layer. And now we got to figure out where people are sending they rockets through. Is they just sending it up at the ferment level, at the ozone layer, or are they actually going towards that hole they created? Or maybe it's being guarded. So many things, more pieces will come out. We all receive different pieces of the puzzle. And so, you know, a lot of pieces are coming out. Hi, how you doing? How you feeling? I love that you're a nursing student, period. Love that. Sorry, I read your name. But it's like, love that. Okay? So yeah, guys, I just wanted to let you guys know about that download I had about the ozone layer and how it's the ferment layer that they purposely destroy so they can get out into space, but then realize they messed up, right? Because they were like, wait, all the divine light codes that are being sent through the sun are now hitting our crown chakras a lot heavier, and that's why you're seeing a lot more mass awakenings within the collective, right? And it's because of that specific thing. And it's like, to have another tarot reader receive the same download when I was talking to her, it was crazy, because I was like, whoa, that's very similar. But she was talking about, I told you, she was talking about the Galactic Federation and how they're all tying into this, but it was still on that topic of the firmament layer and everything like that, that blocks us from getting into space, right? Mine was just on to clarify that whole thing with the ozone layer and how they are one and the same. Like I said, there is a spiritual explanation for everything and a physical explanation for everything, right? We all know that pressure that ozone layer provides. Okay, if we didn't have it, we wouldn't have no oxygen. Okay, it'd be out in the wind, out in space. Alright guys, so since I didn't see anybody who wants a yes or no question answered, I am going to hop off for today. I will see you guys tomorrow. We're going to be on YouTube Live tomorrow, longer than TikTok Live, so it will just be a simple. And Mia, it is, if you send this specific gift, I can do it for you, hun. Okay. You say you don't know why it's filtered. Yes, because the roses, I don't know what filter. The one that is pinned there. It should be showing you guys the pin I just pinned for you guys. Okay. It's called hearts. Not heart me or heart puff, just hearts. Okay, so I hope it showed it. It was the live goal, right? I put it there so it's easier for you guys to see it and you know which one I'm talking about. Let me know if you see it. Okay, hon. You're always welcome back here, okay? Alrighty. Well, guys, remember, we speak love, justice, and peace, and I will see you guys next time. Have a blessed day. Amen.